I am so excited to bring you this laundry room space. Originally, it was a hallway, and then we had a room that was the laundry and bathroom all in one. I really don't like when you have a toilet that doesn't have privacy. Technically, there was a door, but I just think it's weird. I felt like the hallway was wasted, and I knew I wanted to knock that wall out to make it all one. Now, this laundry room renovation is pretty extensive because you see that back door there. In order to take the hallway out, and make it make sense, we're actually going to close that in. Now, I know not everybody has the ability or the laundry room to do that, and sometimes you just want to make your laundry room pretty, so I promise I'm going to get to that part in the video as well. If you're wondering why we closed that door in, it's because the main window in our dining room just looks like it's supposed to be a door. Let's get to the renovation. I was absolutely dreading the tile removal. If you have ever done this before, you know how taxing it can be on your body. So I gave myself a week with lots of breaks in between, made sure I used gloves so you don't cut yourself, and just demoed in small sections at a time. I used a hammer drill for most of it, but also a hammer and a cat's paw and chisel to get up the stubborn pieces. I was so happy when that tile was gone. During demo, I love to envision the space and what it's going to be like at the end, because demo's not my favorite and I really don't like the extreme messy side of carpentry. So it always gives me a little bit of hope as to why I am creating such a disaster. So what I decided to do to appease that is pull out the Schluter trench drain that came in, and this is what I'm going to be installing for the custom dog shower that we are going to plumb in as soon as that door is closed in. I wanted to get it out of the box and drool over it before I got back to the rest of the demo. So another big part of the demo that we are doing is that we have to rip up the floor near the existing toilet and turn it clockwise. We are trying to make this powder room as small as possible, but still efficient. So the toilet is going to have to turn so that when you walk into the pocket door, you're not sitting facing the wall. So what I did not record is the plumbing. I don't do any of that. That's Tom, but what I am doing is bracing for the new piece of floor that's going to go down around the toilet. I'm going to be tiling this area, so I don't want any shift or bounce. I mean, you shouldn't want that anyway, but definitely with tile. So I am tripling my supports before I lay it down. The piece is cut, and I could measure to find out where the hole is, or I could just chalk and stamp it for the easy way out. Once that's cut and test fit, with all of my bracing pieces glued and screwed down, I can now glue and screw this floor piece in place. And I can get ready to frame up the wall for the pocket door and call this a bathroom. I'm going to try and make this make sense. Our laundry units, our washer and dryer were here. We had a large fridge here. I don't even know how to... Here, I'm going to do it this way. So this is our laundry room space. I'm going to show you some videos and walk you through all of the plans that we have. Our washer and our dryer are on this wall, but they used to be right here. We had a large fridge, and this was actually a wall. So we had this very unused space here to the back door. Swapping that around, and we're going to be building something similar to this. So we're going to have washer and dryer up on a pedestal, overhead cabinetry, and then all along this wall. This is getting closed in, and we're putting a dog shower. The reason why I'm choosing to do this is because over in the kitchen, we are going to be installing a 6-foot wide patio door and have access to the backyard that way. This 30 square feet just felt really unused, and now we can actually have like a real mudroom. Dog shower here, built-ins all the way along. And then here, our toilet used to face this way. We have now replumbed it to face this way. And this is going to be a pocket door and a powder room. So you're going to have privacy from everything else and all of the beautiful laundry room, mudroom with access from the kitchen and the garage. I hope that clarified the layout. It is hard to document something like this, for someone to understand when you haven't actually been physically in the space. So let me know if you have any questions, but I feel like it's pretty clear now. The toilet's moved, the demo is done, and now I can frame in the toilet closet or the bathroom, the toilet space. I've got my top plate up. I used my DeWalt laser to make sure that everything was plumb and square. And since I'm building a pocket door here, you're going to see me turn the 2x4s on their sides. Technically, I'm building 2 walls, and a lot of people would build them out of 2x2s, but because the wall in the laundry room is going to be attached to the built-ins that hold the washer and dryer, I'm going to be bracing them a lot, and I wanted to use a full 2x4. I do not want them to shake the wall or the unit even a bit, so we're just going to call this corner Fort Knox. So I didn't check, hopefully you can see me. For the next order of business, the washer and dryer are going to be stacked here. This is now good and braced. I'm going to put another one in. It's pretty hard when you're bracing on the thinner side of the 2x4, but I think I've got it pretty hefty. Now I'm just going to cut out the vapor barrier, make a slit in the insulation, and then I'm going to brace these 3 stud spaces as well. And then I'll tuck tape it back up. And then essentially this whole square here is going to be super durable, and there won't be any shake, hopefully. So let's get to this. So like I said, I'm cutting the vapor barrier back in order to brace the 2x4s. Some people will argue that this isn't necessary, but that's okay. I would rather do this than have the washer shake the unit in the future. I'm being very careful because the new pipes are here in the wall, and I'm getting it all braced up and then taping the vapor barrier back up, and now I can build the base of the unit in place. Usually I wouldn't build a cabinet this way, and I will link my video here and down below on how to build a proper cabinet if you want to build your own. But again, I want this corner to be extra strong for the shake. I know, people are probably going to come for me in the comments and say that I'm overkilling it. Totally fine. I would rather that than have to deal with a shaking unit later on. I've just seen some YouTube videos that I'm not down with that happening. I'm attaching the back of the cabinet to the wall first, and then I'm going to build the cabinet on that. I built the lower cabinet in my garage, and I'm going to install it and screw it to both pieces. This bottom is 2 drawers, so that doesn't give me much bones because it's a hollow space. So there's really not much beef there to avoid shaking, and this is why I am continuously beefing up this corner. Now, Tom needs to do the dryer vent, and that was a really great way to test it out. I'm going to go ahead and install the pocket door track because it's almost as long as the wall, and once the drywall is up, there's going to be no way to get in the pocket and screw it in place. I'm so happy we are getting to the rebuild. Demo always just sucks the life out of me, and it's so hard to live in the mess, especially with the washer and dryer, because it's not like I can just tarp this part of the house off and use it as a workspace. We are constantly in and out of this space for the washer and dryer. So I got the rest of the drywall up, and then I couldn't find Tom that night, and he was actually downstairs drinking a beer in front of the washer and dryer watching them run. So proud that they are not moving a hair. So, success. Part 2 is linked below and above here, and we'll get to all the pretty details and the paints and the tile and all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, definitely leave them for me. I love to help you guys out. Have a great day.